Hello everyone, welcome back, and today I'm going to go over how to properly complete Lesson 3 from Domain 3. When you take a look at the assignment in Teams, you will notice that I have placed the URL in the instructions and that I'm directing you to courses on the left. You would choose Word 2019 and you are going to Domain 3, which is Manage Tables and Lists, and Lesson 3, Create and Modify Lists. So the first thing that I always recommend is to watch the videos and then do the in-browser version of the exercise labs. The next thing is you will have to download your files. In this particular case, you will need 6 files listed here at the bottom, these 6 files. And you can find those files in the Files tab of Teams. So let me take you there. There's the Files tab. And here's the folder, Lesson 3, Domain 3. Okay, so let's go over onto the Learn Key side. Go ahead, log in. I'm going to click Resume Course because I already started the course, and we can disregard this right here. And in case if yours is not expanded, here it is, Manage Tables and Lists, and we are doing Lesson 3. Create and modify lists. Here are the videos that I mentioned earlier, and here are the exercise labs. This is where I'm going to start the student workbook. I'm going to minimize my screen and enlarge. So you always skip the fill in the blanks. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is download those files. So I'm going to click here, and here are the 6 files. You are going to click on the 3 dots on the right of the 6 files and then hit download. And you'll do that for each of the files. When you download the files, you will be able to locate it in your download files folder, in your downloaded folder. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. It says open the docx file named 331 Brochure. So 331 Brochure. So the first thing is I am going to actually go into my Word. And I'm going to open up my file from within Word. So I'm going to go to Open, Browse, and I did download it in my Downloads file. Here it is. Here are all of the files that I just downloaded, and I'm going to open up 331 Brochure. Okay, so here is 331 Brochure open. So the next thing I'm going to do for step number 2 is select the list of tips for a successful workout routine and turn the list into a bulleted list. So let's see. Oh, here it is right here. Some tips for a successful workout routine. So I'm going to select the list first. So take my cursor, go over it. Next, I'm going to turn the list into a bulleted list. All I have to do is click on the bullet sign right there. Select the list of steps for a sample weight training workout and turn it into a numbered list. All right, this is a sample workout right here. Turn it into a numbered list. Just click on the number list right here. Number 4, create a new numbered list under the locations heading. Add the following locations to the list. So let's go down to locations. place my insertion point right there, and I am creating a new a new bullet list. So I'm going to click on bullet, and now I'm going to type Clearwater. Next, I'm going to use Shift and Enter and add a line to the lunch bullet and add the following information: opening soon. So hold on the Shift key and tap the Enter key. And now I'm going to type opening soon. And next, I am going to hit the Enter key on the keyboard, and I'm back to the bullets. And now I'm going to type Tampa. And downtown. And the only thing left to do is save. So I'm going to select the name of the assignment, copy, file, save as. Remember, I already have a location where I save my files, and I encourage you to have a location where you save your files as well. Last name, first name, ID number, and the name of the file. And save. All right, let's scroll down to the next page. For the next page, we are changing bulleted characters and number formats. So for this one, we are going to open file 332 brochure. So remember, I have all of these files in my downloads folder. That's where I downloaded them. And I'm going to open up 332 brochure. And step number 2, use a square-shaped bullet for both of the bulleted lists on the brochure. So here is the first bulleted list. I'm going to select the bulleted list, and I'm going to click on the drop-down arrow next to the bullet icon and click the square. And remember, there's 2 bulleted lists. So I'm going to scroll down to the second bulleted list right here, select it, and do the same thing. Choose the square. Number 3, change the formatting of the numbered list to the numbering library that has the closing parentheses after each number. So let's scroll back up. And here's the numbered list. So I'm going to select the numbered list. And this time I'm going to select the drop down arrow next to the numbers. And I'm going to choose the one that has the closed parentheses. And all you have to do next is save. Save as. All right. Last name, first name, ID number, and the name of the file. All right, moving right along to the third one. Third one is define custom bullet characters and number formats. So for this one, we're going to open file 333 brochure. And I'll navigate to my downloads folder. All right, so here's my 333 brochure. Step number 2, change the bullets on the bulleted list on page 1 to a weightlifter symbol with the Webdings font. All right, so first I am on page 1 and I'm going to find the bulleted list. Here's the bulleted list. Select it. Okay. Click on the drop down arrow next to bullets. And what are we doing? We are defining a new bullet. So click on defining a new bullet, and we will choose the symbol. And we're going to change this to Webdings. And the reason why we're changing it to Webdings is because it mentioned it right here in the instructions. It said Webdings font. Click on Webdings, and now we're going to just scroll and look for the weightlifter guy, and you'll see the icon. This is what the icon is supposed to look like. Here he is. Click OK, and then click OK. All right, so we have successfully changed the numbered list into the bulleted list into the weightlifter symbol. So number 3, change the numbered list to use a right angle bracket after the number. No problem. This time, select the numbered list, click the drop down arrow, and we are going to define new number format. And just click the backspace key one time, and now you're going to add the greater than sign. And click OK. Now we save. Okay. All right, moving right along. Increase and decrease list levels. For this one, we will open up 334 Brochure. Brochure. So 334 Brochure has been opened. Number 2. Make the 2 Tampa locations, Dale Mabry and downtown, into second level points. So I'm going to scroll down to find the Tampa locations. And here are the locations right here. I'm going to make the 2 Tampa locations, Del Mabry and downtown, into second level points. So I'm going to select Del Mabry and downtown. And remember, there's more than one way that you can do this. I can simply click on the increase indent button, and that's a second level. Or let me undo. Or I can go to the drop down arrow for the bullets and click on where it says change list level and go to the second level where you'll see it says level 2. And that accomplishes the same task. Number 3. In the numbered list, the warm-up list should have 2 lettered sub-items. Stretch the body, the upper body, and stretch the lower body. All right. So let's go up to the numbered list. And for the numbered list, warm-up items should be 2 lettered sub-items. So let's go to the warm-up item. So this is the warm-up item. All right. And you should have 2 lettered sub-items. Stretch the upper body and stretch the lower body. So Here's the warm-up item. I'm going to click enter on my keyboard. Okay. Stretch the upper body. And hit enter and stretch the lower body. Now for these two, they should be sub items. Okay, so we need to make sure that they're second levels. So click the drop down arrow, change list level, and there. And that's what it means when it says that the item should have two lettered sub items. See the letters right here? So that task is complete. We save. Okay, last name, first name, ID number as usual. Paste, save. Okay, we're down to the last two. Restart and continue numbering list. So for this one, we're going to open file 335 and scroll down the document to the sample weight training numbered list. All right, so let's open up 335 brochure. All right, so 335 brochure has been opened and I need to scroll down to the sample weight training numbered list. So here's the sample weight training and this is a numbered list. Okay. And I am going to number 2, apply the same numbering format to deadlifts, overhead shoulder press, and cool down lines. All right, so here is deadlifts, overhead shoulder press, and cool down. And I need to ensure that the numbering continues at number 4. So it's continuing from here. So here is the numbered list. We are going to select deadlifts, overhead shoulder press, and cool down. And since we are continuing from the previous numbered list, we have to make sure we choose that format. So let's click on the numbered list drop down arrow. Here is that format right here. You're going to click on it and right click and choose continue numbering. And now it continued the numbering. And actually you're done with this one. So let's go ahead and save. Right click, copy. All right. And save. Last one. Set starting number values. So for this one, we are going to open up 336. So 336 is open. And I'm going to scroll down to the last page of the document where the 4 punch card rewards are described. So I'm going down to here are the 4 punch card rewards. Set the number list numbering value to start at 5. So I'm going to select the list and I am going to first choose the number value. Let's go right here. And now I am going to set the numbering value. And I'm going to set the numbering value to start at 5. And now my numbered list starts at 5. And now number 3, add TH punch after every list number. So what we're really doing is we are defining the new number format. And let me go back in case if you didn't notice what I did. I selected the number list first. I selected the number list, then I clicked the drop down arrow and selected define new number format. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just backspace, take that period off, TH, and then capital PUNCH. 5th punch, because it's a punch card. So every time the customer goes to the store or to the event, they get a hole punch, and they get rewards when starting at the 5th hole punch. So these are the rewards. So I'm going to click OK. So now you see where it says 5th punch, on the 5th punch, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th. Okay. Number 4, add a 9th punch that lists the $15 gift card for any Uptown Juice Bar location. So place the insertion point at the end of the 8th punch, hit the enter key, and now you have the 9th punch. And now we can just type the $15 gift card for any Uptown Juice Bar location. Okay, and now we save. And here we go. And that's it. That was the last one. That was the last one. So there's nothing to it. Just follow. You can review this video as many times as you choose to, so that you can know how to properly complete the assignment and to review for our certification exam and for the geometrics test that you will eventually take. All right. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you for Domain 4. Have an awesome day.